to start the truck, we were going to do a magazine build and a giveaway about 12 years ago. So we went looking for a Bronco, and we found this in Oregon, and it was, I think it's somewhere between 80 and 100,000 miles on it. I don't even remember. But it was a really nice truck, and I thought, well, it runs, so before we start on it, I'm going to drive it. So I drove it for a couple days, and I said, there's no way we can cut this truck apart. There's just no way. The fenders are stock.
Right.
There's no rust. There's no rust in the pillars. There's no rust on the floor. It was great. Except it used about a quart of oil every gas tank.
Wow.
And it didn't leak and it didn't smoke. But somewhere the oil went. So anyway, I love the truck. So I put the truck in storage, and we bought another truck, and we used that for the project.
Okay.
And that turned out to be kind of a challenge and a disaster because we didn't deal with you guys on that.
Okay.
And then after storing the truck for, God, almost, I don't know, 9 or 10 years, we took the truck, I took it back out and I said, I'm going to build it. So I started taking it apart, and then I found a body man, and then the body man says, well, just keep doing more. He was going to do more and more of the project.
Okay.
So I bring it over to his place, and it's going to be 3 months. Well, 3 months later, he's got it apart, and it's definitely not going back together. So I just said, okay, it's going to take however long it takes. Well, then during that 3 months, he said, how about if we do this? How about if we upgrade that? So what was going to be just a paint job and some Krylon underneath, they took the whole thing apart.
Wow.
And so in doing that, we decided we're going to replace every single nut and bolt. And we started buying every single gasket and nut and bolt and washer and bumper and all the pieces that either weren't there or were rusted, or we didn't want to take the time to clean up. We just got the stuff from you, and the project got out of control. Well, then we decided to take the body off the frame, redid all the suspension, redid all the window gaskets, the glass. I think we got the power steering and pump and the brakes from you guys.
Right.
We got
Radiator.
Got the radiator from you guys. We got the right water pump, the right hoses, all that stuff bolted right on. That was great. We got the pulley set from you, and it was a lot of fun. On the engine part, the drivetrain part, I put all those parts together separately, and then the body guy, Jory Brender, who did it at Classic Car Service, he assembled them all. But we did the engine from Jim Grubb Automotive, or Jim Grubb Performance, excuse me, in LA. So we did a stock Ford block. Started as a 302, does a bored out, I believe it's 30 over, and then they do a 3.4 stroke, so it's a 347. We did the AFR 165 heads, and it's only about 91 compression, and it's a small cam, but the way it's all set up, it's 430 foot-pounds of torque at, I think it's about somewhere around 4,300 RPM, and then it's 383 horsepower on the dyno at about 5,600 RPM. So it's a lot of torque, a decent power, and it idles at 700 RPM, and I can chug through town in fourth gear at 1200 RPM, and when I start it, I can hear the electric fuel pump, and I hear a little bit of the roller rockers, but I can't hear the engine. It's really quiet. The transmission's a NV4500 out of a Dodge gas truck.
Okay.
Did the advanced adapters adapter kit. Okay. I did a Ram clutch. I went with the organic and the metallic, which makes it chatter a little bit, but I like to dump the clutch at 5,000 or 6,000 RPM, so that works. Did a 231 transfer case with 241 internals in it, so it's a Jeep transfer case, okay, but that works. Yep. Did a Dana 60 in the back.
All right.
Did a 44 high pinion in the front. Did the stock disc brakes in the front, all new, and then we did the Explorer disc brakes in the back.
Okay.
In the back, I had problems. The first time I drove it, I broke the U-joint and spread the yoke and damaged the driveline the first time I dumped the clutch. So I put on somebody else's traction bars, okay, and I took those out for a drive, and they lasted about 6 minutes, and I crumpled them.
Wow.
So those came off, okay, and then I got a hold of my friend Chris Olson, and I got a set of 36-inch drag race ladder bars. Okay. And I put the ladder bars on it, and those work good. So now I can burn the tires 50 feet and nothing breaks. The interior is pretty much stock except for the headrests and the custom console. Jory, who did the vehicle, handmade the console. He handmade the base for it and the cup rest and handmade the top, and then had that upholstered. He shaped the tunnel himself, and then they used, I don't remember who we got the carpet kit from, but I think it's a stock carpet kit, and they made it fit. And then stock gauges, we kept the stock gauges. I don't need a tack because basically if it misfires, I shift.
Yep.
And adapted Jeep transfer case shifter. That works pretty good. Stuck with the stock seats in the back.
Right.
We did rhino lining on the whole floor, and red rhino lining, and then we covered it with insulation, and then we covered it with carpet, and then we did the panels. And did we get these panels from you? I think the door panels,
yes,
front and rear.
Yep.
So we got all that, and so it's really quiet. We're able to put the speakers in the back. We got the before we put the headliner in, we put the insulation in the roof, so it's even quieter. I did a secret audio stereo in the console, so it has a remote control, and then I did a couple advanced power boosters, real small rare earth magnet power boosters, so I get good sound out of it, and a subwoofer under the back seat, and then satellite radio antenna, which he covered up pretty good. All the metal is stock, all the steel is stock, and all original.
It's taken a 76 Bronco, retained the original look, but upgraded the drivetrain to modern specs.
Exactly. All the safety features, all the performance features, the better brakes, the better power booster, the better cooling, fuel injection, better transmission.
Drivetrains, brakes, like you said, lighting.
Axles, lockers, lighting, the alternator. It's nice now because I can drive it. I know I can drive it anywhere. My wife will go with me because it's going to make it there.
And with all the interior stuff you did, it rides like as quiet as a new car.
It's really quiet.